writing data file. So C provides the following set of functions to read data from the file. Okay. So fprintf, fputs-off, fputc, and fwrite. Okay, let's see one by one. The first one is fprintf-off. The fprintf-off is used to write formatted output to string. Its syntax can be given as like this: enter fprintf file string and const of character format. The function writes to the specified stream data that is formatted as specified by the formatted argument. After the format parameter, the function can have as many additional arguments as specified in the format. Okay, the parameter format in the fprintf is nothing but a C string that contains the text that has to be written on the string. So let's see this example. So file star fp, this lines declares a pointer to file named fp. Then in type, you know that this line declares an integer variable, that is I. Next, character name of 20, this lines declares a character array name to store a name with the maximum length of what? 20 characters. Then float salary, this line declares a floating point value a salary to store a person's salary. Next line, fp is equal to f open of, this is a file we are going to open. Okay, this line opens a file named details.txt for writing and assign the file pointer to fp. Okay, the file pointer is now what? fp. Okay, if fp double is equal to null, what happens? The file could not be opened. Okay, exit of what? Which means this block checks if the file opening was successful. If not, what happens? It prints the error message and exits the program. Next, for I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, put what is this? This lines, what happens here? This line loop will execute 10 times, okay? Prompting the user informations, okay? 10 times. First, enter your name, prints a prompt using user to enter their name, and gets of name, reads a user input and store it in where? Store it in name variable. Okay, here. Okay, next, f flush of stdn, what it means? Clears the input buffer to avoid potential errors. Okay, clears the buffer. Next, puts off, enter your salary. Then what is that? Prints prompt asking the user to enter the salary. Then puts off what? This is puts off. Okay, next scanf it's what? Salary, which means reads the user input salary and store it in the where? Salary variable, right? Then fprint, fp, then name, then salary. Writes a formatted information to the file including index, name, and salary. Index, name, and salary. Okay. Then f close of fp. What it means? The code opens a file, prompt the user input names and salary 10 times, writes this information to the file in a specified format, and then closes the file. Okay, the code opens the file opens a file for reading and writing, reads the first 10 characters from the file into array, adds a null terminator to make it a string. Okay, so what happens here? Points the 9 character and then closes the file. Next up we have f puts off. Okay. So the f puts off is used so this is a syntax for f puts off. Okay. This one, const character of string and file string. The f puts of writes the string pointed to by str to the string pointed to by string. On successful completion, f puts of return 0. In case any error, f puts of returns end of file. EOF means end of file. Okay, this is hash include stdio.h, right? Then what is this stdio.h? It's include the standard input output. What? Standard input output header, the basic input output function. Okay. Then main of. What is the main of? The beginning of the main function. Then file start fp means what? Declares a pointer to a file fp. And next up we have char feedback of 100. Okay. Declares a character array here. Feedback with the capacity of what? 100 items. Okay. 100 characters to store user what? User feedback. Okay. After that, fp open of comment.txt. Now our file name is comment.txt. Open a file named comment.txt for writing and assign the file pointer to what? fp. Okay. If fp double is equal to null means what? What happens? Checks the file. If the file opening was successful. If not, what happens? The file could not be opened and exit the program. Otherwise, what happens? Kindly give the feedback on this book. Prompts user to given feedback on the book. So now user should give a feedback. Clears the input. Here what happens? Flush stdio clears the input. Okay. Then gets of feedback means reads the user input and store it in the what? Feedback array. This one. Okay. Then this one here f puts is there. F puts feedback comma fp. Now what is feedback? Feedback is a array, right? Then fp is a file pointer. This one. Okay. Next, what happens here in this line? Writes the user feedback store in the feedback array to the file using the fputs function. Okay. Then f close of fp, close the file. What happens here? The code prompts the user to provide feedback on a book, reads the feedback, opens the file for writing, and writes the feedback to the file using the fputs function, and then what happens? Closes the file. Then we have putc of. This is used to write the character. Okay, int fputc of int c file string. This is a file string and int c the character. The fputc of function will provide the byte specified by C converted to unsigned character to the output stream pointed to the string. Upon the successful completion, fputc of will return the value it has written. Otherwise, in case of error, what happens? The function will return end of file, and the error indicator, what error indicator? That is like it's a error prompt. Okay, end of file or error indicator for the stream will be set. So let's take this example. Hash include is what? Standard input output header file. Then we have a main method, main function. Then after that, this is what declares a pointer to the file name fp. Then character what? Feedback of 100. Declares a character array what? Of 100. Okay. Capacity of 100 characters to this contains the capacity of 100 characters to store 100 user feedback. Then int I declares integer variable. Now for fp is equal to, now we are opening the file. Which file? Comments.txt in a write mode. Okay, for writing. This w means write mode. If fp double is equal to null, which means again the same thing. Checks if the file opening was successful. If not, it prints error message and exit the program. Then what happens? Otherwise, prompts the user provide a feedback on the book. Okay, kindly give the feedback on this book. Okay, now getting a feedback, reads the user's input and store it in the where it stores. gets feedback of, it stores in the feedback array, right? Then loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than feedback of I plus plus. Each character it stores, right? Iterates through each character in the feedback array and writes it to the file using fputs_of function. It reads each character from the feedback array and writes it to the, writes it to the file using what? Fputs_of, okay, puts_of function, then fclose of fp. Then again, fwrite_off, write the data to the file. So this is the syntax for that. Int fwrite_off, constant void str, okay. Then size t of size and size t count, which means the file stream. After that, we have one file stream. Okay, the fwrite_off function will write from the array pointed by the str. Okay, from the array pointed by the str up to the count object of size specified by the size. Okay, this is also size, this is also size. Okay, to the stream pointed by the str. The file position indicator of the stream will be advanced by the number of bytes successfully written. In case of error, the error indicator of the stream will be set. So we have this small example here. File *fp, as we know, declares a pointer to the file named what? fp. So main of void, the beginning of the main function. Size t count, what happens? Size t count means declares the variable count. Okay, declares the variable count of the type size t, to store the number of bytes returned. Okay, now it declares a variable count of the type size t, okay, to store the number of bytes written. Then character str of, it's a array str initialized to the good morning, initialized to good morning. Now fp open welcome.txt, we know that this is a open a file welcome.txt for writing in a binary mode. Okay, wb means writing in binary mode. Okay, next, if fp double is equal to null, what happens? Open the file named after that, checks if the file was successful. If not, what happens? Print the error message and exit the program. It's same for all things. And next, count is equal to, here we have used fwrite_off function. How we used? Count is equal to what? Fwrite_off str from 1 to str len of str, which means what happens? Writes the content of the str array to the file pointed to the fp. Okay, str array to the file pointed to the where? fp. Okay, and it will each character as 1 byte. Okay, it will take each character as 1 byte. Size is 1 and writes total of str len of str. Okay, str len, length of, which means the whole thing, I think. Yeah, whole characters, all the characters. Okay, str len of str. This is what it will take. It will take the length of str. Okay, print the byte return where written to the file was count. Okay, number of count. So what happens? Print the number of bytes successfully returned to the file. Now fclose of f. Write_off can be used to write the characters, integers, structure, etc. to the file. However, fwrite_off can be used only with the files that are opened in binary mode.